Is a standing mode. All right, here we go. Let's see here. Yeah, 12 seconds live. All right. Hey, everybody. Hope you can hear me okay. I got my headphones in. Sometimes it records out of there or it records out of the phone, and I got some wind. Anyway, got a few things I want to talk about today. If you can't hear me, just let me know. Oh my God, sales have been not great. Sales this quarter, actually the start of this fourth quarter, not so good. Usually Black Friday is when it hits. As soon as Black Friday drops, that's usually the precursor to let me know how well the Christmas season's gonna go. And not so good. Not so good. Let me know how you guys feel this Christmas is gonna go. Thought last Christmas was bad. So today's what? Today's the day after Black Friday. And oh my God, man, it's just like a bloodbath out here. Ever since, I think about 2 years ago, since everything started going down, I just keep hoping. It's that hope. Hope and change is what they used to say. Uh, well, it's like the new normal now anyway. Okay. One of the issues I've been hitting until recently is just sourcing, being able to find product. And luckily, about a week or two right before the whole Christmas season, I got a nice a nice cool carload full of merchandise from a specific store. I was able to fill the whole thing up, and I got 60 of these boxes. They're about that big. I don't know, it's about 10 inches maybe, 4 or 5 inches wide. Got about 60 of them, taking up a huge amount of space. And at the time, I did a backflip when I found out that they were available. And so I decided to buy 60. So screw it. Black Friday hasn't even hit. I got blessed being able to have this product, which is a Christmas product, show up right in front of me after this huge drought of not being able to purchase anything. Yes, hooray, let's do it. I buy them all. I'll worry about fitting them in the car later. Anyway, I picked them up, put them in the car, loaded them up. It's like a whole day process just moving that kind of stuff. Got them in, and I've moved none in the last 2 days. It's a Christmas item. This item should be flying off the shelves, especially during Black Friday. It's not. It is a telltale sign of what's to come. I'm still optimistic about this for Black Friday up to about a few days, usually like 4 or 5 days before Christmas, for us to sell a good amount of stuff. But it's gonna be more than regular year, but not. We're gonna be able to sell more than I can during the regular time during the year. But as far as compared to last year, it's not looking great. How are you guys doing? How's your guys' sales? So you guys selling something that's it's Christmas related right now, or are you guys' clothes selling well? Like what? Let me know what you guys are selling that's actually doing pretty good for you, because the stuff that I'm going with right now, not so good. I sell more of the luxury items, not expensive luxury items, but more like women's beauty products, some lower end, some higher end. Oh, talking about higher end, I got a few items, higher end colognes for some of the best prices I've ever had. It's weird how these things just come in. There's just a huge drought, and all at once it's there. I got it's a cologne, and the margins on it are like 80%, which is not common. 80% of the sale, and it's a really high sale, will give me 80%. I purchased a bunch. Like I almost maxed out all my credit cards trying to purchase all this stuff last minute. But if you're not pushing the envelope, if you're not getting close to going broke, then you ain't doing it right. So I was able to push real hard the last, let's say, 2 months, trying to get ready for for the Christmas season. And luckily, with the help of my wife, I was able to get this stuff done like right, like I got the majority of what I needed to get done the last 2 months, and it was right to that end, right to that Black Friday. The day before, I was up at till like 1 or 2 in the morning, just trying to get everything listed. I had most of the stuff listed except for I didn't have full quantities. I'll have like 1 or 2 on the shelf and listed on Amazon and eBay, and then have the rest of the stuff in the garage. I have 30 count in the garage, 2 listed, and I was up till just an ungodly hour trying to get the stuff in there. And then Black Friday comes in and go, and not a big sales day. Hopefully, Cyber Monday comes along and we get some better numbers. But who knows? I'm not looking. It's not looking good. Man, everything's just going crazy. I went to get some food the other day. Last night. It's $20 for one person. I'm gonna get some hot wings. Delicious, but $20. Took my family to go. I think we went to, where did we go? It was just me and my wife. Starbucks. It's like $25. We got 2 cups of coffee and some bread and some. It's like 3 food items. $25. Sales are low, costs are up, and it is a struggle out here. Just a constant crazy struggle. We got some plans on moving pretty soon. Try and shuck some of these costs. It's unbelievable. I hear that people are doubling up, tripling up in houses. I hear people are taking out credit cards just to buy groceries. I hear people are it's got to be to the point where some sort of baseline is putting people out to homelessness. Let's say a year ago someone was living just off of whatever savings they had, or maybe they had like a job, a lower paying job. They're living check to check, and then now that everything's like 20-30% higher, I could just see homelessness going up. It's actually very frustrating to think that. It's very frustrating to be able to pay the bills one year, actually for years and years, and then all of a sudden get to the point where you could just see your bank account draining. It's awful, man. It's awful, especially when you're in the resale business. You don't get your bills are due every month. The same amount is due just about every month, but you don't always get paid every month. You might get paid on a weekly, bi-weekly, or even on a monthly basis, like Christmas. I'm banking on this Christmas to do well, to pay for the rest of the year, to pay for last year and pay for the sum of this year. The double whammy of not having supplies, not having enough items to purchase, which is just for some reason just not available, and also the fact that everything is costing more, plus people are buying less. Why are people going to pay for these items if it means that they're not going to be able to eat or gas? I got a few people that I know that are also resellers who are feeling the same pinch, and he's been reselling for a lot longer than me, and he's telling me this is the worst it's ever been. I think I've been reselling since 2016, maybe full time 2017. I've never seen anything like this. He's been selling maybe like 5 or 10 years longer than I have, and he's like, this is just unheard of. This is unprecedented, unbelievable, unworkable. I have a few other people that I've been that I know that who also do the reselling, and they're saying the same thing. They were hoping Black Friday was going to be a big deal, and it wasn't. They're noticing the same issues. Why gas is going up? Why is someone gonna pay for this item, say a perfume, or let's say a toy, or even clothes for that matter online, when they can barely even pay for gas in their car. People are paying 25, $30 just to go to McDonald's. I think they're gonna want to go without a luxury item. And when I say luxury item, I'm not talking about like a nice car, nice watch. We're just talking about things that you don't really need in order to survive through the day. Lotions, colognes, perfumes, a new used jacket, a book that has it's not for school. I guess they're not. People aren't buying that kind of stuff. Oh well, man. Part of the job is to figure out what are the things that are working, what's not. Right now, it is not working very well. Now is it? Last year, during Christmas time, I was feeling the pinch. Everyone was feeling the pinch. And I was hoping that the reason why these items that I'd sell, typically the items that I'd sell, I'd get a decent profit, maybe like 30%. It's usually like the 20% is usually around like the lower end. I was making before last, like 2 Christmases ago, right? Now last Christmas, not the one that just, sorry, not the last Black Friday, which was a day ago, and not the one after that, but the one before that. So 3 Black Fridays ago, a 20% margin was, that's pretty good. 30%, oh wow, here we go. That's a little bit better. Now, if I can get a 15 or a 10% margin, it's like a happy day. Lucky day for everyone. It's more of a bonus when you can get over 15 right now. And with those kind of numbers, man, you can't end up surviving. So last Christmas, or last Black Friday, I was hoping that the reason the prices for these items are so low is because there's just so much out there in the market. I was hoping that Christmas was going to burn everyone out. All the lower prices are going to get purchased, and it's going to alleviate the market back to where it was. And it has not. I'm guessing that's what's going to happen this season. But let me find out from you guys who's doing well, who's not doing well. Is me and my circle the only ones that are not doing well? Maybe it's just the items that I'm selling. Who knows? I have to branch out, do some other things. I was hoping to get into the digital market, start selling some items, but who knows? I have to put some work in. And talking about work, man, work is trying to get time to work when you have a couple kids. It is rough. They require, and rightfully so, they require the majority of your attention. It's beautiful, man. It's beautiful to have kids. It's beautiful to watch them grow, enjoy them. My little my eldest is starting to use funny words. Instead of I had his little rubber ducky, and it had some water in it, so I was shooting out the water. I was squeezing the duck, and the water was coming up. Anyway, I did it to all the ducks that they were rubber, and there was one that wasn't. And he goes, says, Papa, and he gives me the one that you can't squeeze. He goes, Papa, crunch duck. He didn't know squeeze, but he knew crunch. Isn't that beautiful? And so they required a whole lot of my attention. It's amazing, but it's also a little scary to needing to work to support the family, to support the kids, the wife. It always has been. Even before I got married, I was thinking, when I was by myself, oh man, this is so easy. I could just, whenever I want, I wake up, go to work. I can keep my costs low because it's just me. I don't do a whole lot of purchasing of my own clothes. It All the bills were on point. Everything was low. If something needed to be cut, it's easy. I didn't have to go to anyone. I didn't have to talk to anything. I guess I didn't have to negotiate. Just turned it off. Turn off the air conditioning. Or this is one time. Oh my God, it was so hot. I couldn't sleep in my room. It was just so hot. Windows were open, fans were on. It was impossible. Impossible. And in the living room is one of those old time air conditioners where it sticks halfway out of the wall on one side and halfway outside. Those things are, anyway, they make a lot of noise, but it works. So I bought, my solution was, because I was a bachelor. Oh, I know. I'll just buy an air mattress. I think I had it. I'll just sleep out in the living room. I'll just rough it. Thinking to do that now as I'm married, there's no way. All right, everybody, let's all go take a let's go take an air mattress and live and sleep in the living room where there's the one sole air conditioner that's not central. Anyway, so I sleep. I think I toughed it out for about, I think, 3 or 4 days, and then I realized that when I was a bachelor, I had, sometimes I have people over, and it's not ideal just to have that, and so I needed to get a better one. I bought one. It was towards the end of the summer, and all the portable air conditioners all the cheaper ones were gone. The only ones were left were the expensive ones. Ended up popping, I think, $500 some, about $500 just for the air conditioner. It took me about an hour and a half to make that decision to pull that trigger. Just weighing all my options, and it was one of the better decisions I made. Threw that thing in one of the rooms, and it was just a lifesaver for that summer and the rest of the summers. Why did I get on that tangent? Oh, I was able to do whatever I needed to do in order to get the job done. And so it's a little rougher doing that now. All those people who were parents, I feel you, man. That doesn't work, boy. All right, so what's in the future here? I have a few more moves I got to make. I listed the majority of the stuff that needs to be listed. I still have a handful of items that need to be put on eBay. I think the majority of Amazon's done. I got just a handful of things that need to be put on eBay, and then even less of stuff that I want to put on Craigslist. That needs to get done. I didn't think I was going to have a whole lot of time to be able to do it, but now it's starting to seem like the time's a little bit more free now, since the sales are kind of low. Once I get that done, I'll be able to start hitting up the promotions. If you guys haven't done promotions on eBay, it's actually pretty easy. I had these, the luxury, the more expensive colognes, what I've done in the past, what's a good idea that I'm going to do again, is that I have quantity, maybe like, I don't know, 8 or 9. And these items are going for over $200, over $300. And so what I've done in the past is I would list the item. I waited, I don't know, a month just to check the statistics on it, and I see that people did view it, but it was very low. Let's say 5 people in a month would view it, and I knew that wasn't enough people to really be able to purchase it, because typically the amount of people that look at one of my items is anywhere from 30 to 50 a month. So I knew I had to pop that up. You could always change the title, you can always change some of the descriptions, you can always add some of those, what do they call it? Little things they ask you, what do they call it? Where you can put in there the quantity of the item, you can put in there brand, you can put in there where it was made, that kind of stuff. You can add that, and sometimes that does help. What I found though is once you get all that locked down, the title is important, but once you got that, you can't really add more after that. So what I did is I tried some of the promotions, eBay promotions, the ones where if they purchase something they'll charge you. And it bumped it up. It bumped it up a lot, depending on how much you're willing to spend on it. So I think I like going under 10%. Maybe I'll go up to as high as 11. And when they purchase it, this is what I did. I thought I'd get around the system. I put it on there for I put one, right? The idea for me was I put one on there, hit that promotion, put it up to about 11%, 10, 11%, and then let people, have a bunch of people view it. Once they view it, and I saw that they had a bunch of watchers on there, I turned it off, thinking that, okay, if one of the watchers purchase it, they're not going to charge me for the advertising for the promotion. I was wrong. One of those people, I turned it off. I think 3 days later they purchased it, and sure enough, they took, I don't know how much. When you sell those high value items, that promotional percentage really does eat in. Anyway, so I saw that, I was like, oh man, here we go. I got took for some money. Anyway, I think I left it off for a little while, and I was able to sell them just without that promotion, just a regular organic search. But for these, I'm going to do something similar. I'm going to put that promotion on, try and get a bunch of views on there. And I think the way it works, once the statistics on your listing starts going up, even through promotions, they'll start promoting even more, especially if they got a sale. So I'm going to do that for one. The idea is, for these higher value items, I'll put just one on there. I really don't want someone to buy like 4 or 5 of these really expensive items, because you don't ever know what's going to end up happening with these people. If you do get a scammer, you just want them to have 1 rather than 6. Get that going. Put in some work for some of these other items, especially for eBay. Switch up these pictures. Get nicer ones. The better the picture, the more likely someone's really going to purchase your items. I used to take some off my desk where you can see the printer in the back. It was awful. Now I got one of those light boxes, so the pictures come out really well. And so what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to need to go back through the whole listings, look at all the pictures, and just redo them. Sometimes it seems like a pain, because it's an item that doesn't sell very well, and you want to put more time into it. That's really the name of the game. If you have no time to begin with, you start picking and choosing what it is you want. What is worth your time? When I was a bachelor, I could do whatever I want, all 15 hours a day if I wanted. Me and my buddy, we used to go out and just from like 9 or 10 in the morning, just be out all day sourcing, and I'd come back home 6, 7 p.m. Come home, just pass out, wake up, and do it all over again. Can't do that now. And so time starts to become a real commodity and a real bottleneck. A lot of people, what they do to manage that is they have more help around. They pay people to help them with these things. I did that last year with my Christmas. I came into a really large lot of video games, and there was no way I was going to be able to do what I needed to do to get ready for Christmas, plus list these just tons and tons of boxes worth of games. So I did hire somebody to do that for me. And I remember they must have spent 2 months just doing these games, listing them, putting them up, getting them ready, putting them in lots, and it totally helped. I mean, he did save me a lot of time, but I also had to spend a lot of time just reviewing his work, making sure what he did, what he posted was correct, double check things, giving things to him. I need you to do these items, setting up systems so that he knows what's going to be next down on the list. And this guy really did help me out. Didn't really need another person for this Christmas year, because didn't have enough time to go out make these huge lot purchases. It's one of the things I do remember really loving about when I was able to go out and hit up these swap meets. Every now and then you'll run into this like once in a lifetime purchase opportunity. I've had a few where I had to just walk away because at the time I didn't have enough money to purchase them. I didn't have a place to store them. One of them was this guy. He had a whole, I think it was a truck with a camper on it. Anyway, he had a whole thing of Power Ranger toys. Power Rangers from the 90s. and he had the little like the bodies. The Power Rangers, they when they formed into their, what are they, tigers? Or was that Voltron? When they formed into the robots, he had a bunch of those different styles of those. He had, they were in their box. They had the styrofoam in it. He had a bunch of other little things. It's kind of hard to remember. It was many years ago. I wanted them all, but it was so big. There's no storage. I couldn't store these things. I ended up picking just a handful of items, just because I knew the value was there. And he was actually asking for not that much money. I probably could have bought the whole thing for, who knows, probably $500. This whole truckload full of these vintage '90s Power Rangers toys. Anyway, I just bought a handful of them, and I sold some of them, even though they weren't even complete. People were fighting each other trying to get these things. That's one I missed out on. There was another one where this guy had a bunch of Radio Shack TRS-80 computers. These are, back in the 80s, companies had, almost every company had their own video game thing they're trying to sell. Video game system. Atari, Magnavox, Radio Shack. If you guys don't remember Radio Shack, they used to just sell electronics. Now you just go to Amazon.com and that wiped them out. Well, Amazon wiped out a ton of companies. Anyway, he said he had a whole attic full of this TRS 80s inbox. Now, they're not the most popular item, and they don't sell very fast, but they do sell. I could probably sell like one every 2 months. And this guy was talking about that stuff as if it was a burden for him, because he wasn't a guy that sells stuff online. He was selling more at the swap meet. He didn't really do it online. He had a different job. Him and his brother were doing, I think, hauling. They would haul stuff. So you call them to take all the garbage out of your house or out of your backyard. And that was actually a really good business for a lot of people. So the hauling companies, what they do is they get paid to take your garbage to the garbage. And what they would do, not just these people, but there's this other guy. So let's say you go and you tell him, hey, I got this whole thing, my whole house full of garbage. I need you to clean it out. What can you charge me? What will you charge me to do that? And let's say it's, I don't know, $1,000, $1,500. And they'll take out everything out of your garage. Maybe you're moving. Maybe you got to sell the house. They'll take everything out of your garage. They'll take everything out of your backyard, out of your front yard, and they'll just throw it all away from you. They'll have a team of guys come in, and so you as the guy who wants the service is paying them $1,500, and they have this huge truck that come in, they clear everything out, and they keep all the good stuff, all the stuff they believe they can resell. So they're getting this stuff for free. They'll throw away all the junk, keep all the stuff they can sell. On the weekend, they'll go and they'll sell it at the swap meet for another $1,500, whatever it is. Anyway, so these two brothers, they would do that. And one of the things that cleared out is a guy hoarded this stuff. Who knows why? Maybe this guy worked for Radio Shack and he did the repairs, and people just didn't pick up the repair systems. So he had a whole thing. It was a burden to him. It would have been a burden to me, because at the time I only had an apartment. I had a storage unit, but it was already full. I guess I could have gotten another one. I probably would have been able to get that stuff for. He probably would have given up for $200. He was tired of selling it. He had so many. He just wanted to get rid of them. He wanted it out of them. Those are like the once in a lifetime opportunities that you need. In order to. Well, you don't need, but these are the opportunities where you live for. Is where I find the most amount of excitement. Where they just go, hey, I got all this stuff. It's $10. You want it? Hell yeah, I want it. Hell yeah. I did that once with Sega Saturn system with a bunch of games. He wanted $300, and this guy, there was 20 games. One of the games in there, what was it called? It's called Snatcher. Sega CD or was it Sega Saturn? I think it was a Saturn. There was a game called Snatcher in the case with the manual. That by itself was $200. Then there's a bunch of other games that were, one game was 80 and a few more games were 40 and so on and so forth. Plus the system itself. I took that one Just so happened to have enough cash that day, or else I probably wouldn't have gotten it. That's a good one. So the ones with the brothers, I had to just let it go. I didn't even buy one from them because they didn't have it there. They had so much stuff they were selling at the swap meet that they didn't want to bring any more of the TRS 80s. They're just sick of them. Oh, where I was telling you about the video games earlier, we had a ton of video games. It took 2 months to list them all. That one was really great. I got a referral from another person, from somebody I know. This is one of the things you got to do. You got to network. A guy I know who does reselling, told me, because he likes me. I like him. He's a cool guy. He's like, hey, I got this lead that I can't get to. I can't do it. I'm full. I can't do it, but he's got a ton of stuff. He sent me some pictures. Here, it's more up your alley. You like the video games. Here's his info. I said, oh, thank you very much. I go check it out. I don't know, a box or two. Who knows what it was going to be. So I contacted the dude. I went over his house. His whole basement full of video games. 300, 400. I don't remember counting. But I purchased it all for a ridiculously low price. And I was able to, I thanked him. Plus, I got a few other things from him that wasn't video game related. It was more computer stuff. Thanked him very much. Said appreciate it. And he was a good guy. I see him every now and then. I was able to capitalize on that and able to sell it. Man, just thinking about it makes me feel happy. I feel like going out there again. Keep doing this thing, you know? Do what you love. But unfortunately, because of the time, I haven't been able to get out and do all that stuff. Oh well, what are you gonna do? Life is life. It is what it is, I think is the saying. And my kids are worth all the time and effort. Yeah, for sure. Oh man. Okay. I hope that you guys are having a good fourth quarter. I hope you guys are able to get all your stuff done. Post. Now's the time. Now's definitely the time. Let me know, man. Let me know what you guys are doing, man. Send me a lifeline. Let me know if it's just me, it's just the items I'm selling, or what. Anyway, appreciate it, guys. Goodbye.